How's it going, everybody? This is Kyle Fonger with Vapor Hut, driven by you, fueled by vapor. And today I'm going to be showing you how to rebuild the MELO by ELeaf. As you might have noticed, I'm using the MELO on the Hana, the DNA 40. This is the Hana Slim. Takes a single 18650 battery. I have a nickel build in the atomizer right now. But to show you guys how to build the atomizer, whether it's nickel, Kanthal, or nichrome, I'm going to go ahead and take this off and install a nichrome build in this atomizer and then pop it on my 50 watt iStick. So just like any other rebuild, we're going to take out our drip tip, we're going to unscrew the base while it's upside down because as you can see there is liquid in here. Don't want that spilling everywhere. Always nice to have some paper towels on hand. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew my atomizer from the base. Set that aside. And these MELO coils will fit into an Atlantis and work just fine. The one benefit that the MELO coils have over the Atlantis coils is that ELeaf went ahead and put organic cotton inside here to wick rather than the silica that Atlantis was called out on because studies were finding that silica was being inhaled and you don't want to inhale fiberglass. So for this rebuild, what we're going to need are some needle nose pliers, some scissors to trim our cotton, some wire cutters to cut our wire, and some Japanese cotton that I have here in this bag. And what we're going to be wrapping the coil around is going to be a 3mm screwdriver bit. We're going to be using 24 gauge nichrome today. I find that nichrome works better than Kanthal in these small vertical coils because you can do more wraps while keeping the resistance lower because nichrome has a lower resistance than Kanthal. So I'm going to go ahead and take one wrap off of my spool. So there we have it, our 24 gauge nichrome. Cut about 7 inches off, which will be plenty. We're going to be doing 7 wraps today around the 3mm screwdriver. So what you want to do, start with one end flat here. And if you've seen the Delta 2 LVC rebuild, this is very similar. You start with one end straight with the bit, and then you're gonna bend it, and you're gonna wrap around 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, as you can see, they are not perfectly spaced. So what we're going to do is take a small flathead screwdriver and we can kind of push those coils back and forth until we get them all even. Alright, once you've removed your coil, we're going to go ahead and pull out that bottom positive pin and the O-ring. And then we can grab one of the leads to the coil and gently pull that out. As you can see, when you do a nickel build, there is not an ounce of burnt cotton in there. One of the benefits of temperature control. I'm going to take Japanese cotton, and we're going to cut it to the width of our coil. And I've been finding that pulling off both sides of the cotton sheet actually works really well. Helps wick the juice and prevent flooding. Lay your cotton over your coil like that, and you're going to bend this negative lead over the cotton wicking. Alright, so we're going to wrap the cotton around about one more time. Go ahead and snip our extra cotton. We'll just slide the coil off of the screwdriver and slip it in to our atomizer. So it should meet right up to that steel mesh sitting there. And then before we put that O-ring on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 3mm screwdriver that we were wrapped around, and I'm going to stick that in through the top, help open up that cotton, that airway. So you can see we got a much better hole now. Now we can go ahead and take our gasket, and the negative lead that we bent down we're going to keep on the outside of the rubber gasket. So we're going to put the other lead, the positive lead, through the rubber. And just push that gently into place. And then you take the negative lead that's on the outside of the O-ring and just bend it down. I like to use the needle nose for this last part. Just grab your positive pin. And you're just going to pop that in. You want to trim the excess wire. Now we're ready to install the atomizer back into its base. And you can take a small screwdriver like we were using before and push that cotton around to make sure it's not clogging the air space. Alright, now we can go ahead and put it back in the tank. And if you want, you can put a few drops right into the atomizer. If not, we can just let it sit and let it soak up like I'm going to do. Alright, so let's let that sit and then see how she vapes. One thing you can do to help prime the atomizer is close off the airflow all the way and just give it a few good pulls. That'll help pull the juice into the atomizer to avoid getting a dry hit. So it looks like our atomizer is reading a 0.5. And that was 7 wraps with 24 gauge nichrome. Let's see how she hits. Open up the airflow now. Oh yeah. Right now I got her on 30 watts. She's vaping great. Some of that Vapor Hut Pink Starburst, delicious. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial on how to rebuild the MELO's atomizer. This has been Kyle with Vapor Hut, driven by you, fueled by vapor. Have a great day.